Did you know that after age 30, we start losing muscle as much as 3 to 5% every single decade? But Kimberly, share the good news.
Well, the good news is that with the right strength training, you can stay strong, energized, and ready to take on life at any age. So let's talk about why building muscle after 40 is your ultimate health hack. Hey there, welcome to Group X Appeal. I'm Kimberly Spring-Glick.
And I'm Terry Shorter. We're excited to bring you this hot and sweaty podcast.
With over 25 years of experience each in the health and fitness industry, we're here to share hilarious, heartwarming stories from our lives and careers.
And offer practical nutrition tips, expert exercise advice, and strategies for holistic well-being and a positive mindset.
Group X Appeal is your go-to source for inspiration, motivation, and a few laughs along the way.
So tune in and let us help you be the healthiest, happiest version of you. Hello and welcome to Group X Appeal. Terry Shorter here and
Kimberly Spring-Glick.
yeah, we made it to episode number 18. Woo! And this one is all about why strength training after 40 years old
I'm sorry,
matters.
I missed that. Would you mind?
Strength training. I'm flexing. If you're listening and you're not watching this on YouTube.
I would flex, but I don't want to tear my shirt.
Oh, we don't want the Hulk busting out. She-Hulk. Or do we?
Maybe.
So muscle loss, this happens. It's also known as sarcopenia. It happens and it has a huge impact on our metabolism. It has a huge impact on mobility or lack thereof, and also a reduction in energy as well. And so what we're talking about today is how maintaining your muscle is going to protect you against injury and different chronic diseases as well.
Yeah.
And so if you have a notepad and a pen, something to write with and taking notes with, now's that time. We're going to be sharing some really key tips, some benefits first, and then some really key tips about just how to overall improve your quality of life for aging adults through strength training. And so the very first benefits of strength training is improved bone density. We lose bone density again after the age of 30. Women actually lose quite a bit more.
Absolutely. And calcium supplements are not enough.
Not enough at all. And so, adding the proper strength training regimen will absolutely help with improving that, getting you stronger, and for men and women.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then I would like to share the benefit, if it would be all right.
Yeah.
Although this does affect men and women, again, it is a huge thing for women, hormonal health.
Sure.
Strength training absolutely helps us when we're trying to maintain a balanced experience with regards to our hormonal health, which, as we age, ladies, can go up and down a little bit.
Sure.
So we have these stages that we go through where we have our menses, and then we have, would you like to talk about this, Terry? Our menses, then our perimenopause,
give it
and we
all
have
to me.
menopause.
Yeah.
There are these different stages, specific hormonal stages we go through.
Yeah.
And what some people don't realize is having a regular strength training routine can help us manage those stages and keep things more balanced.
Sure. And with men, your T, you experience lower T over the years as well, which of course is going to
Not
affect.
lower Terry, because
Not
we
lower
can't
Terry.
have that.
No, we need a higher Terry.
Much more higher.
Much more higher. The highest of high.
Highest possible Terry we can get. But
Yeah, no one's ever called me low T. Thank God. But it's either T-bone or T-dog. That's what I hear. So
really?
yeah, that's
Really?
it. Yeah, that is it. Wow, we're out of control today. That's all right.
it's okay. So the T you're referring to, of course, is testosterone.
testosterone.
Yes, of course. That's all I was getting at.
So it'll help actually reverse that, that experience and increase your testosterone just by strength training, both for men and women. But primarily for men, that seems to be, one of the issues or the hot topics right now as we age in the 40s and 50s. So, the third thing after hormonal health, the third benefit is it allows us, when we do strength training on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, it allows us to maintain our independence much longer as we become more aging adults. And so, for example, my mother, for example, I like to use her as an example every once in a while. She's closing in on 80 years old coming up in the next few months.
Amazing.
Yeah, 80 years old, and she does literally, no exaggeration, she's out there walking about 20,000 steps a day. She'll go to the mall, and she walks around the mall, and she's not shopping. She's just getting her exercise in. She takes strength classes, strength training, and balance classes as well.
Huge.
And as a result, I don't have to worry about her as much because she's, just as strong and just as resilient as any 20, 30-year-old out there because she's consistent with her strength training, consistent with her regimen, and she is Miss Independent.
I love that.
When she falls, she's like a little ninja. I've seen it happen where she's fallen, but she knows how to catch herself. She's strong enough. We've even had last Christmas, we had a plank contest. She challenged me to a plank contest.
She didn't.
Oh, yes, she did. And my mother held a 7-minute plank and beat me up. Yeah.
I love that.
She's getting re-challenged again this year.
You ready?
Yeah, for Chris. I've been training really hard.
Okay, good.
So
he's coming for you, Mom.
So the strength training will help, reduce the amount of falls. It will allow you, just from a functional standpoint, a more practical manner, with being able to sit down, being able to get up out of the seat properly, being able to, balance, and so on and so forth. Anything I missed?
I was just going to add that one of the classes I teach every week is called FIT. It's Functional Integrated Training. And my favorite thing about this class is we get to use the BOSU balance trainer.
Sure.
So we incorporate into a strength training class stability training because it is so incredibly important that as you're strength training, you're not only training the larger muscle groups that we normally think about when we pick up a weight, but we're also training the small muscles, tendons, and ligaments that support the joints. Exactly. So that if we do fall, we can bounce back like a ninja.
Yeah.
Because she fell, but she got back up. And I love that. Or, should we fall, there's much less risk for injury because we don't take the hit as hard.
Absolutely.
And so I think it's really important. And I think it's never too early to start thinking about the importance of protecting ourselves from that kind of injury or fall later in life, because we do want to stay independent as long as possible. I mean, we're only 51, but I'm already thinking I want to continue to do my strength and stability training now. Because when I'm 80, I want to be like Terry's mom. So there's that.
Well, you are well on your way, way ahead of the game.
Shall we give 3 tips to match up with those 3 benefits?
Let's do that. So 3 tips in order for you to get started, on a muscle maintaining kind of program, strength training program. First of all, find some safe and effective exercises from, we would recommend a health professional who's certified to be able to do that. Like Kimberly's class, FIT, for example. If you
I am certified.
She is not only certified, she's also qualified. There's also a difference there as well.
Right? Been doing it for a little while.
Yeah, for a little while. Find someone who's experienced, someone who is, again, qualified, certified and qualified to teach those safe and effective exercises. Can you find, those exercises on, places like YouTube and whatnot, or Instagram or TikTok? Yes, you can. However, again, make sure that instructor who's ever presenting those exercises has the credentials to share those exercises with you, again, because safety is first.
And I think it's important we listen to our body along the way, right?
Absolutely.
Because one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is to have better body awareness, whether you're working out alone or with a trainer, an instructor, just to be able to take any recommendations, feel them in your body, and then make shifts and tweaks and modifications as necessary. So
for sure.
I'm going to throw another tip out there, and this one is near and dear to my heart, and that is all about recovery. It is one thing, and it's pretty typical in the world that we grew up in, which would be kind of the health and fitness world, the gym space. It's pretty common to measure your progress and measure your strength based on how hard you can push yourself, how much weight you can lift, like the max you can go before the muscle either fatigues or gives out.
Right.
But I think an equally important measure of strength and your progress is how quickly can you recover. So once you have torn those muscles down, broken them down a bit, how quickly can you come back to a place where you can begin again?
Right.
And so recovery Things like making sure you have lots of water, staying hydrated, getting good sleep, good rest in between your workouts, not hitting muscles really hard back-to-back days. Give a couple of days for the delayed onset of muscle soreness to kind of kick in and move through, because that's a lactic acid settling in those torn fibers that needs to work its way out so that you can be in the best possible shape to go again. So recovery is as important as the challenge.
For sure. And, when we've talked about this in the past, one of the best recovery methods that Kimberly shared with me that I absolutely love are those power naps. That's
Heck yeah. Absolutely. You know it. And we also both teach foam roller classes.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
myofascial release is a great recovery
Absolutely.
method.
Yeah. And then, of course, sleeping through the night, 7 to 8 hours, ideally, if you can get it. That's the magic number. So that will help with that recovery process as well. And then lastly, protein.
What? You don't care about protein.
I do. I love protein.
He loves the protein.
Give me the protein. So
Wait, did you just become a vampire? Is that what happens when you want protein? You
sounds
become
like the
Dracula?
Count from Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3 grams of protein.
I was at least giving you the benefit of Dracula, and now you're a Muppet?
I'm a vampire muppet.
Do your thing, honey. Do your thing.
So protein is essential, not just if you have a really consistent strength training regimen, just on a daily basis, even on those recovery days where you're not lifting, you want to make sure that you get the proper amount of protein, a good source of protein that works best for you, whether you are a vegan or not. And even more so for vegans, it's really important to identify the best sources of protein for you that aren't animal-based. There are so many great resources, so many great places to find good proteins nowadays. Hydrolyzed protein, if you're going to be doing powders, that's fantastic. However, the best is going to be natural, whole food-based protein, period.
Always.
And, when you are looking or preparing your plate with the proper balance of your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, you just want to be mindful that once they're balanced, start with your protein. Eat the protein first because you'll feel fuller faster. It'll prevent you from overeating. And also, you want to be able to feed your muscles, initially right out of the gates, especially after you've strength trained, to get that recovery process moving a lot faster. And ideally, when you're strength training, you want to get at least 1 gram per pound of muscle of protein throughout the course of the day.
A lot of people think it's per pound of body weight.
Yeah.
Ah.
So throughout the course of the day, however you break that up, it doesn't matter. So for example, if I weigh 200 pounds over the course of the day, I should get about 200 grams of protein throughout the course of the day, broken up, let's say 5 meals. I'm looking at 40 grams of protein per meal for 5 meals. That'll get me to my magic number.
And you kind of have to space it out and make it a greater number, because your body can only break down so much protein at one time. So if you're thinking to myself, if you're thinking to myself, can I borrow that thinking cap again? So if you're thinking to yourself, I need 100 grams of protein, and going by my weight.
Right. Yeah, that's all. She's just a buck. She's a buck.
You can't eat 100 grams of protein in one meal and expect that's gonna work, because your body can't process that much protein at one time. So
and that's
or at least not and make use of it, I should say.
Correct.
It has to process it.
You have to process. Your body only produces, so much enzyme to break down that protein, number one. So it's a great opportunity for you to, if you're the type of person who gets overwhelmed by looking at a big number like that, it's time to practice Kaizen.
Oh, yes.
Right? Yeah. Which happens to be our next episode.
Yep.
And if you're wondering, what the heck are you guys talking about? You'll need to listen to the next episode.
Yeah, that's your teaser. Get to
There's
it.
the teaser. But listen, if you want to stay strong, energized, and confident at any age, we not only encourage you to listen to the next episode, of course, but first subscribe to our podcast and download this episode for practical tips to build muscle starting today. We would truly, encourage you to share this episode with someone over 40 who inspires you, and let's grow stronger together.
Heck yeah. I love that. And of course, if you found this helpful, we would so love and appreciate it if you left us a review or a comment and let us know your favorite strength training tip or maybe your fitness goal for the year. And we might just shout you out in a future episode.
Yeah, we like doing that. We love doing that.
Love it.
So that is it for this episode. Episode 18 is officially in the can. What? And so we, again, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. And we, as always, we encourage you to make it a great day today. And why, Kimberly?
Because it's a great day to have, Terry.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Much love.
Take care.